Science can amuse and fascinate us all, but it is engineering that changes the world. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Medha Hegde
I'm Rakshita Kolkar.
from 77 Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. We welcome you all to the 6th graduation ceremony.
Respected dignitaries, on and off the dais, all the faculty members, non-teaching staff, parents, and my student friends. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th graduation ceremony of Electrical and Electronics Department at KLS GIT Belagavi. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a simple single step. This is a much awaited event in every student's life as it gives a fruitful return for the efforts put in by the students throughout their academic endeavor. It's a day full of joy, a day of pride and accomplishment, and a day of celebration.
One song can change a moment, one idea can change the world. One step can start a journey, and one prayer can change the impossible. Let us commence this event with God's blessings. We call upon Tejaswini and Shrishti to invoke the Almighty through a prayer song.
ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕವಾಹನ ಸರ್ಪಾಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕವಾಹನ ಸರ್ಪಾಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದಕ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನೀನು ಗಣನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ಗಿರಿಜಾಸುತನಿಗೆ ಗರಿಗೆಯ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವೆ ಪರಿಹರಿಸು ಪಾಪ ಗಣಾಧಿಪ ಗಿರಿಜಾಸುತನಿಗೆ ಗರಿಗೆಯ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವೆ ಪರಿಹರಿಸು ಪಾಪ ಗಣಾಧಿಪ ರಕ್ತವರ್ಣನು ನೀನು ಲಂಬೋದರ ನೀನು ರಕ್ತವರ್ಣನು ನೀನು ಲಂಬೋದರ ನೀನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ಕಾಪಾಡು ಗಣಾಧಿಪ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು
Thank you, Tejaswini and Shrishti.
I now request Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, HOD of Department of Electrical and Electronics, KLS GIT, to welcome the gathering.
Very good afternoon to one and all present. President of today's function, Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infrastructure. Chief guest of today's function, our esteemed alumni, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni. Professor Nikhil, Coordinator of Association Activities. Faculty, staff of our department, and my graduating students and friends. This is an auspicious day where graduating students are stepping out of the GIT portal. I am very happy to welcome our esteemed alumni of 1995 batch, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni, who is from our Karnataka University batch, for today's function. And he is working as Vice President in Digital Solutions Process Automation in ABB Bangalore. And he was a bright student of their batch, and presently he holds very responsible position in the company. Whenever we need his help for our students in grooming them for placements and knowledge sharing, he is always available. So I heartily welcome Mr. Suhas Kulkarni for today's function. I welcome Dr. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infra, who is working as a president, presiding over the function today. I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to all the graduating students, our department faculty, staff, and all other students also who are present for today's function. Before I close, I would like to recall my days of graduation when I studied. At that time, it was in the year around 1980, 83, 84. So that time, we were not having even books also. So I remember that books were available only with the faculty, and they were not available in the bookstall also. And the library was having very limited copies. We used to stand before the library in the morning for queue for getting the book. And once we get the book, we have to return it back within 2 days. And there was no Xeroxing available, no mobile, nothing. We have to copy down each and everything in a notebook and give it back to the library. Again, we have to stand in the queue before the library. That was the situation at that time. And even our professors also so very strict that suppose if we don't write the journal properly, one sentence if it is wrong, if one diagram is wrong, they used to throw away the file to our face. So we have experienced such things. But anyway, it was a good experience, and we learned so many things from that environment. And even in general, what I see is electrical department in all the colleges, they are a little stricter than other departments. That is my observation. And you also may be agreeing with that. That may be because of the discipline what we follow. And we believe that that gives a good training for the students. And when they go out of the campus, they also do very well. And they appreciate our efforts when they go out and they work in their company. And about this batch, it was a very learning good experience working with this batch students. Even these students also had a very challenging time in between about the pandemic which we expressed. And we saw that the classes were held online along with the laboratory training sessions. And I hope that everybody has enjoyed the classes from home. And there was a good learning. It was again enjoyment also for all the students, because it was not possible to monitor the attendance for online classes. So everybody has enjoyed those moments. Anyway, but it has given a good opening or the learning for all of you how the digital platform usage for our own purpose. Even ourselves, our faculty of Department of Electrical Engineering, non-teaching staff, they also learned how to use the digital platform for teaching learning process. Otherwise, we would have not learned. And again, I would like to quote one more example recently, just illustration. I was talking about the strictness of the department. So a couple of years back, I when I am working here since last 30 years in the department. Some 8 to 10 years back, I used to bring my two-wheeler and used to park it in front of that Ganesh temple. One day I parked it in the morning, and I used to park it at the same place. I did not change the place. And evening, when I wanted to go back, I saw that some two students were sitting on my vehicle. They were chatting there loudly, talking to each other, laughing and everything. So I got annoyed. What are you doing here on my vehicle? You are sitting on my vehicle, that too which is on the stand. I gave them lecture for 10 minutes. Why you should do it like this? You should not do it. And again, when the bike is on the stand, it is not supposed to carry the full load. All these things I told them. Then both of them got down from the vehicle. They stood aside. Then I took my vehicle key. I started the vehicle. I was not able to start it. It was not matching with the key. Then the person standing beside me, he tells that, sir, it is my vehicle. So I was astonished. See, that was the terror by the department. He was not able to answer the simple thing. And then when I got to know that, I said, sorry, I was not knowing. And the thing happened because the vehicle was exactly the same vehicle which I was supposed to bring. And the make was same. Number plate I did not say, of course, because I used to park it in the same place. So this is what usually happens. And I enjoyed that moment. But now I hope the image of the department is not that strict right now. And but again, I would like to say that whatever strictness, whatever discipline we are implying for the students, that is better for them, and they will definitely remember them, whatever discipline we try to teach them. And again, the present students, as I observe, they are having all good things with them. They have got all the books, all the information available, mobiles are there, then they can take any information, browse the information, everything is available. Only the thing is you have to make best use of the available gadgets. That is the only important thing. Even at our times, I used to mention, we did not have any placements that time. No campus placement was there. Only after we graduate out, we have to try our own. There is no other option. But at least you students, now this generation is very lucky. Not only in electrical engineering domain, you can get the job in all other domains. That is the great thing which I observe. And I congratulate for this purpose, this young generation. I judicially say that whatever information you have, whatever knowledge you had gained in the department, you will be able to use it quite effectively. And again, I would like to appeal all of you that don't forget your mother and motherland, and give back whenever you are in a position to give it back to the motherland, as well as your institute also. So whenever you go out of the institution, you become a good person, a very great person, like our Suhas Kulkarni, who is available. We will call you again for the next graduation function when we hold it in the near future. So we expect that you also come in the same position. With these words, I will conclude my talk. Once again, I welcome all of you on behalf of the department as well as on my personal behalf. I welcome all of you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Professor Vani Datar to introduce our chief guest for today, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, dear graduating batch, and the proud parents, invitees, my dear colleagues, student friends, and all the others watching this ceremony online. A very good afternoon to one and all present here, online as well as offline. It gives me immense pleasure and pride in introducing our chief guest for today's function, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni. presently the Vice President, Head of Pre-Sales and Solutions Delivery, Digital Solutions, Process Automation ABB India Limited. Mr. Suhas Kulkarni is one of the distinguished alumnus of Electrical Department, GIT, from the batch of 1995. He has been working for 25 plus years in the industrial automation domain. He's associated with the top industrial customers across the world to make them realize their goals of digital transformation. His rich experiences and skill sets include project management, application and solution sales, marketing, engineering, operational excellence, industrial automation, resource planning and development, customer management, service business strategy, digital analytics, data science, AI/ML applications for process and energy industries. He is a senior management professional with 27 years of extensive experience in sales and operations of concept to commissioning of electrical, instrumentation, automation, and digital analytics projects for process and energy industries. From a senior project engineer to vice president, he has held various responsible positions at ABB India Limited in the last 25 years and has worked in industrial automation projects for various industries like iron and steel, cement, mining, specialty chemicals, petrochemicals, F&B industries, to name a few. He has also been very instrumental in sharing his rich experience and expertise with our students through various tech talks and has always actively participated in giving inputs for our curriculum framing with respect to industry background. With this very brief introduction, I, on behalf of the entire E&E family, extend a warm welcome to Sri Suhas Kulkarni sir and thank him for having accepted our invitation to be our chief guest today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infrastructure, KLS GIT, to offer a floral welcome and present a memento as a token of gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, Head, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, to offer a floral welcome to Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infrastructure, KLS GIT. Thank you, sir. I request Professor Vani Datar to offer a floral welcome to Mrs. Madhura Kulkarni. Thank you, ma'am.
I now request our chief guest for today, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni, to impart us with his vast knowledge and years of experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. I really thank the KLS GIT management, Professor D.B. Kulkarni, and all the staff of Electrical and Electronics Engineering having, chosen me or, inviting me to this graduation day in 2022 for the 2022 graduates. I express my deep gratitude towards this. I can say, today, whatever I am, the majority of it is due to this great institution. This great institution has, instilled the values that I still hold, very high in my professional as well as personal, personal life. When you talk about, Professor was talking about discipline, the electrical department being very strict. I think that is one of the things that has really helped me and a lot of my friends and my batchmates, and whenever we all meet, I think that's one single thing that we all, call it as our success is mainly because of the discipline that was instilled by the department or even by the college. That I would like to say the college, when we started our engineering here, I remember 30 years back, 31 years back, way back in 1991, I used to come all the way from my house on a cycle here, and yesterday and day before and today I was escorted in our college vehicle. I mean, that was itself very proud for me, a proud feeling that you come all the way like this. And yeah, we come from a very humble background, many of us, at my age, our parents were working as government servants and all that. So that's the background that we come from. And today when we are here and I call myself, successful, I would then, to give most of this credit, of course, to my own personal thing, but the major part of it, especially the professional success, to the college, the discipline, Now, when I talk about discipline, being strict, it's very important because this is what you're going to get in your life. Don't expect your customers, stock investors, whom you're going to work, anybody is going to be any lenient to you. One thing not working, it will just be thrown back at you, So that is what is going to happen. And this is what you need to learn in the college. See, don't ever feel that, today my workbook has been rejected and, this professor is not good. No, you've been given bad marks. This is going to happen to you in your life. You will face rejections. Definitely, I have not seen a person who has not had rejections. You will have rejections from employers. You will have rejection from bosses. You will have rejections from customers. Any person, even your vendors, it's so many times when you are working. So there will be rejections across, and that is what you need to learn. And when you are strict, when you are disciplined, this is what, make sure that, you are able to overcome. You follow a process, you do your things right, so that is very important, okay? So, okay, I just little bit digress because I thought I should not miss this very point of, being strict. So if that is the feeling you got, please feel proud that, you come from a place where you were coached in a strict manner, and that is really proud to be. Don't ever feel that just because some of your friends had a very lenient atmosphere in their educational institution or wherever they are studying, they are lucky. No, they will have the problem. Everybody will face the problem one or the other day. So please feel lucky, and please feel very proud that you come from this particular department in KLS GIT. That you will be proud, even let's say when, as he mentioned, maybe 20, 25 or maybe much earlier than this, 20, 25 or years down the line, you will be participating as a chief guest in one of the function like this, talking to the students. Make it a point to do that, so, okay? Okay, all said and done. Congratulations, first of all, to the students who are graduating. A big round of applause. Well done. You put in your hard work. I know how it is, 8 tough semesters, month on month you got your internals. After that, practicals, examination, running around. I know it is difficult, I have a daughter who is also doing engineering. I can understand, what's the pressure these days. And you, so congratulations to you. Very good. Well done. All the best for your future. Now, for the students who got, placed, best wishes, for their professional career. For the students who are going for higher studies, again, best wishes, carry on what you learned here, continue the path of learning, do well. And then for the students who've not got placed, don't worry, the world is not lost. Nothing is done. Everybody will get placed. Everybody will get a good job. And in few years down the line, everybody will be at the same place, As professor was mentioning, none of us got placed in our. We never had placements. For me, it took about 3 months to get a job. For some of my other colleagues, it took more than a year to get a job. But most of them are today doing extremely well. They are in very senior positions or running their own businesses. So extremely successful. We had our alumni meet, 25 years of alumni meet in 2019, and wow, what an alumni we've got from this college. We have people who are running companies, employing 2,000, 3,000 people, that kind of alumni also we've got here. So don't worry, nothing is lost. And just to tell you, none of them got a job immediately after the college. They all took their time, found their right interest. That is very important. When you want to get a job, get into a job that fits your personality, that fits your aspirations, okay, and your own strengths. You obviously you have your own strengths. Somebody's good at programming, somebody good at logical thinking, somebody is good at following a particular process. So every kind of quality has got a job for itself. So try to get into that, do well, be disciplined, and things will definitely do well. I am sure in few years from now you can yourself also call a very highly successful electrical engineering or automation or computer science, wherever you are working, a very good professional out there. So all the best, and definitely hope to see many of you rising to the top corporates, or running their own successful businesses, or even many of you probably taking up teaching, becoming a professor in this college, in other good colleges, or whatever. So just make sure you go behind your, you will also be equally successful. I'm sure that will happen. Okay, so now I would like to spend some time how you should be actually kind of grooming your career. So see, you've now done your engineering. Now you need to plan what next. Yeah, many of you got a job, so you will just go join there, and somebody gives you an assignment, you start working. Is that what you want to do? Yes, for sure. I mean, that is one part of the job. But where do you want to see yourself in the next 2 years, next 3 years, next 5 years, next 10 years, next 15 years? Start planning it now. Very important. You need to think. You will see different roles in the organization. You will see different kind of organization. Plan for all that. So that's very important. Start thinking from the day you start. See where you want to be. Somebody would say, I find the sales and marketing job very, very attractive to me. These guys, go about meeting customers. They travel. They go stay in fantastic places. They travel abroad. And what kind of thing? They have all the luxury what they want, and everything being at company's cost. So you would like to do that, and your personality matches wherein you are able to do these things, where you are able to engage with people, try to get information, try to convince them. That's the job you can take. But let's say you are not that kind of person. You don't like to do. You want to go about your job. You're a deep technical person who wants to get into details of everything. Just follow why, try to do innovation, these kind of things. You can get into an R&D. If you are somebody who just wants to follow a process, technically make sure whatever you're designing works 100% right. Use ready-made products. Engineering is the field. There could be, similarly, who is, passionate about production. There could be somebody who's passionate about quality. You don't want anything to miss. So there are many of these opportunities. You need to find out what you are good at and what is that interests you. Otherwise, what happens is everybody is doing some job. He is trying to do some. What today I have seen most of the guys is, today what is the big technology now? Everybody wants to learn data science. Okay, let me also go and register for a data science course. Now, what it needs in data science? Of course, you would need to be good at mathematics, especially statistics, probability, and all such things. And you're trying to do. So I will learn Python programming and then think you will become a great data scientist. No, I mean, data scientist is, one who is able to understand the data. And to understand the data, you should have seen the world. Then you will be able to really understand and appreciate the data and then try to do something. So just don't go by, I'm not saying, data science is not a good course. But if you have all these ticks within you that you are able to do, then get into it. But if your interests are not that, you're somebody who never liked mathematics, probability, statistics and all, then don't try to get in there. That's what I want to say. If you've had the eye for details, where you can look for a job in quality. And today there are fantastic opportunities available, because quality is something that all of us want to always have as a part of our life. You want to have quality bikes, you want to have quality whatever, dresses and whatnot. I mean, everything you want to buy today, you need to have quality. So that is the kind of job that will always be there. So, figure out, what is that is very important for you. Get into that, and then, decide and move your career along. So planning is absolutely important. Understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, where you're good. And let's say, you got certain strengths, but you got certain weaknesses also. Try to work on them, Like, you say you want to be a good, marketing and sales guy, but while it is good to change jobs because, when you have certain skill sets and those skill sets are in demand, somebody is ready to pay for more for those kind of skill sets, you're obviously good, you can change jobs, or you feel you want to take your career in a different way, you want to move laterally, you got a vertical jump. These are some things that of course, drive, to change jobs. But today I am seeing, people are changing jobs just for, some additional money, and with probably nothing in the job change or nothing, in terms of career and all that. Just somebody is offering a little bit more. You keep changing jobs 1 year, 2 year, 3 years down. That does not help you. You're not able to build yourself as a sound professional. You should have solid successes behind you. When you start working for an organization, make sure the organization where you're working are able to tie few successes to your name. Yes, so and so has done this, and this was never done earlier. This is what this person has done. We got in this additional account from this customer, or we got, additional profit generated because of the work, or we've reduced the engineering time, we have brought down the production losses, we have brought down the maintenance costs. Anything like that, if you've got certain successes tied to you, then try to switch for a change. You will be able to negotiate a better position, better salary, and also when you go into a new organization, you will be looked upon. Yeah, this person has come here and we are going to learn something from this person and trying to make things much more better. So that is what you need to keep in mind. I'm telling you because I have seen, in the end you really then start compromising on things and all that. So don't do that. So that is what would be my advice for especially in your professional career. Choose the right profession. Look at where you want to be, how you want to be, plan it out, and work towards it. And working towards it actually takes a lot of hard work. You have to build, qualities. You have to build skills that are required to take you there. Okay. Now, what would be a success mantra for people who are just going out? I'm sure you all have values, but I believe in certain values which I think I should talk about today, because you are on the verge of getting into, and many of you probably might have started working already because you got placed and you've been working, but you are still in a very beginning phase of your career, and I do these kind of talks also to the youngsters who join our company, and make sure whenever I address them, I put in some of these things, because these are very key the qualities that you need to have if you want to succeed in a corporate life or in anything, in your work life, I would rather say. First is, be disciplined, highly disciplined, be on time, be on time to the dot. I'm telling you, till date, I generally don't miss what I would say more than 99% plus. I would never, miss a meeting by more than half a minute, I'm generally one of the first guy to be in the meeting, and I've seen most of the people, who value this are always there. Please be on time, That is very important. If you are always on time, you get that extra time than others, let's say your office starts at, 9, and I've seen you can be there much before 9. So you will see generally people, slowly trickling down 9, 9:30. But you get that half an hour extra to catch up with previous day's mails, to look at work to do, to plan your activities, and then you are always ahead. You have much more information than what others have got. This is very important. So please learn to be on time. I'm telling you, when we were studying, 10 o'clock was 10 o'clock, starting of the class. Even if there was one student, professors used to start. I mean, generally we had mostly the classes full, but, and we had one, our lecturers were still, professors were still, lenient to us that if somebody is late by a couple of minutes, they would allow. But we had one maths professor, and after he enters, nobody could enter the class. That's it. I mean, nobody will. If there are only 2, he will teach only 2 and then go away. So that is how it is. But that is what has instilled the discipline. So please, have this. This has to be on your topmost agenda, that you are disciplined and you are always on time. Second is openness, openness, you need to bring out, what is there. If you see, especially when you see a challenge, when you see things not going well, so you need to be open, and then you have to communicate that I see things are not going right. Moment you see a problem, please make sure that is properly brought upon and getting it addressed. I have seen, because tendency is never to carry the bad news. That's the first thing you should avoid as engineers. First thing, or anywhere as a working professional, because nobody wants to give the bad news, because something is not going right. Nobody wants to go and tell the boss that, oh, sorry, this is not going to happen today. We had planned this release today, or we had planned this delivery today to the customer, or we had planned, something, and that's not going to happen, or there is a problem I'm seeing. So you should be the one who should go and tell. You have the courage and the guts in you to go and tell, this is not going to happen. So that is very important, bringing up things that are not going to happen. Because when you bring these things well in advance, you always have a possibility to solve the problem. Rather, it becomes so big later, then everybody has to suffer, First of all, you will suffer because it was one of your project where, you will get a bad remark on your whole career. The people around you will suffer. Your family will suffer, because then, you would spend more time in trying to do that, staying late at office, and all those things will happen. So make sure this thing does not happen. This is second thing I want to be. Third is being very methodical, and this is what, of course, is taught in engineering. But this has to always be there. Be very methodical. Make a process and follow the process. Never ever deviate from the process, because in that case, if you follow a process and make a process and follow a process, very unlikely that you are going to make a mistake, first of all. Because if the process is right, you will never make a mistake. But even let's say you start going wrong, because later you will at least find, yes, I followed this, and this is the step where the mistakes are happening. So it is very easy to pinpoint issues also there, and then you are able to, make it correct. So that is one thing that is very important. Like, see, I'll give you a standard classic example. You go and, there is a traffic light in the morning, and you see it is operating, but then, you see people zipping through. Nobody bothers to stop. But that's something completely wrong, because somebody will come and, somebody will behave like the person who is, jumping the traffic. Two people jump the traffic, and there is an accident. But what if everybody is just following the process? You will never have accidents. As simple as that. You follow the process, you will never have accidents. So that is, please keep this in very in your always on top, that some of these things, please don't forget. I want you all to carry these messages very strongly, and please etch that out. I'm telling you, you will definitely be successful, and probably, and someday you will think and realize, yes, this is what I'm following, and then I'm doing that. Then third is, one more point is, eye for details. You need to see the details, get into the details, because you are designing a product, you are engineering a product, or you are selling a product, or you are somewhere, you're selling your services to somebody, and somebody is paying for that. When you're giving that, and especially in engineered product, it's a very high valued product. When you have high valued products, obviously the quality of the product has to be very, 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 very high. And if your quality has to be very high, you need to get into the details to the last nut and bolt, where you will not miss. So those things are very important, So having the eye for details as an engineering graduate, or as an engineering professional, is something, very, very important. Yeah, one more thing is, keeping it very simple. Try to make things more simple. You can always make it very complicated and, confuse a lot of people. But keeping it simple, especially when you're communicating, don't need to use fancy language, fancy words, which other people don't understand. Make it very simple, plain, simple English, or whatever language you want to communicate. Keep it very simple and then do it. You will find that it is the most effective way of, communicating to anyone and trying to get things what you want to get. Last but not the least, this is something we all should have, is accept failures. Nobody is perfect in this world. You will make mistakes. Please own up the mistakes when you make. People will appreciate. Never try to hide your mistakes. When you, especially because you see, when you are working in a corporate or an organization, a set of people, if you try to hide your mistake, it is going to impact every other person in the department. Your one mistake could cause a loss of incentive to the whole department. How do you feel? That it has come to know much later when nothing could be done. Had you told this long back at the right time, probably things could have been covered. You would have found an alternative to make sure you get your incentive, or people's job are not at stake. I have seen examples where we have lost crores and crores of money, because somebody did not accept. The sales guy did not accept I made a mistake in not estimating something wrong. The engineering guy did not accept a mistake because I missed out this particular component. The site guy did not accept the mistake that this was not the process was not followed in installation and the whole structure came down. I have seen and there have been loss, not only loss of equipment, there have been loss of lives also because of these kind of mistakes. So please, it's very important. Nobody is perfect and nobody is going to hang you if you tell I made a mistake. Please keep this in at the top. And this is very well accepted in corporate that people make mistakes, and if they accept, we find ways, to make sure these mistakes don't happen next time. Okay? So these are, some of the things which I would like to, like you guys to, carry over as professionals when you start working on your own, professional journey, and then, reach the heights that we would like you all to see from our, college, and where we should all feel proud of, you. Okay. So now we've come where we said, what it takes to, succeed. Now I'm going to talk about something, that you need, how you need to, keep yourself trained or updated, or the skills that you need to acquire, to become a better, see, this was all inherent qualities, right? What I spoke right now, about how you should be. But there are some things that can be acquired, See, what happens today is, you look at how the industry has changed, When I started working, the concept of digital meeting was never there. I had to travel if I had to meet a customer in Tata Steel, I have to start, it takes 2 days finally to go and reach there. I have to go take a flight, go in Calcutta, stay overnight, take the early morning train, and then go and meet, So that's the time, and it was a 1-hour meeting with the customer. You see, it's the time that we used to spend. Today, what has happened, You say, okay, do one thing. Just set up a Teams meeting or Google Meet or a Zoom Meet, and then we can see each other face to face. We are able to present what we want, and then we can finish. And we don't spend so much time, energy, money. Nothing is being spent, actually. So things like this have changed. And so what you need to do. So the way technology has changed. So how we were doing business earlier versus the business that is being done now. So these things are changing. So what do you need to do? Whichever industry that you are working on, please make sure that you are aware of what is that industry doing. Like, you are in software services industry, or you are in electrical manufacturing industry, or you are in a motors, or you are anything, a building industry, or you are in a production. These, you need to look at how is the industry behaving, how much of investment is going to happen, what is the industry outlook for the next 5 years, how many people are going to be hired, what is the kind of business that is going to come in, what is the growth rate for this. Like, if you look at today, one of the most, sought after industry is, EV, electric vehicles. Today that's talking about $900 billion it's a $900 billion market growing at 15 to 20%. That means every year $150 billion, $150 billion is more than, one huge number of value, right? So that is where it is growing up, So that's the kind of, when you have so many, such a big growth, obviously it will also lead to employment. When it leads to more and more people coming in there and you growing in the organization, your salaries will increase, number of reportees will increase, your whole, the responsibility will increase, and all these things. So then you will feel proud of having achieved. So keep track of the industry that you're working on, the trends, the technology that is going to be adopted. Tomorrow, most of the people are moving into digital. So what is that I can contribute? You don't need to be a software engineer to move into a digital business, but you need to be a strong process expert. So are you able to utilize the existing technologies that are there, or the emerging technologies? Are you able to understand? Are you able to use them? So how do you do that? So that becomes very important. So get into that. Second is improving your own communication skills. Most of us are from, of course, English is not our language, but unfortunately or fortunately, whatever you say, globally most of the business is done in English. So you need to understand how do you communicate, especially most of the people that today we are, most of the engineers that we have today are going to work in a very cross-cultural environment. One is within India itself, we got so much of diversity. You have people from south, you have people from north, and people from east, people from west. Everybody behaves differently based on their own ethnicity and whatever cultural background and all that. So you should be able to understand them and then communicate, because the way you say here, the way you communicate within this particular region, if you communicate the same way, it may not be taken in a very positive manner. There can be examples, but I'm not going to give the examples. But there are these kind of challenges. Similarly, when you work with people in Europe, people with US, people in South America, and people in Middle East, they are all different and their cultures are different. So how you communicate with them, understanding that diversity is very important. This is something, the cross-cultural communication is something, understanding this thing becomes very important. So that is what is very critical to you. Second is, one more thing is, you need to change based on the environment. Otherwise, you become kind of redundant in a particular industry or an organization. Just to give you an example, long back, there were people, when the computerization started, there are a lot of people who were opposed to computer. No, I don't want to use computer. I'm very good at writing. But what happens, Many of them were given VRS and sent home because they did not pick up technologies that were required to, stay ahead in the market or be relevant in the particular organization. So please make sure, you change based on the environment, how the organization is changing, how the industry is changing. So please, be ready to change. That is very, very important. Other very good, skill that you need to acquire is listen to your customers. Now, customers means you may be wondering, I'm doing an R&D job. Who is my customer here? I'm probably only doing some part of the work. I don't deal with customers. I don't go to, there are no shop people who come to my place to do. No, customers in this case is anybody who is giving you a job. I mean, the department, there could be inter-department, So a sales department is a customer to an engineering department, because sales department is getting the job from the end customers and they are kind of your customers. So listen to them, or if you are directly dealing with customers, nothing like it. You need to listen to them, because the whole of the work or your all salary gets only paid by them. Because somebody is consuming something. It could be a mobile phone, it could be an electric vehicle, or it could be anything. So somebody is consuming, and that is why that consumption is there. You are able to produce and then make your own livelihood based of that. So it's very important that you listen to your customer and then do what customers need, and not produce something that customers don't need and then end up with products that don't sell, or being a company that's not going to work for a long time and all that. So that's something that you need to do. Then anyway, the other thing I talked about was ability to work in the cross-cultural and the diverse team. So please, don't work in groups of, I am from Belagavi, I am from North Karnataka, I find groups around me, start working there. Or, you go outside, no, we all Indians, we need to be together. Or we are from this, we need to be. So don't, have that, thing in mind, mix, works such that you are able to get mingled into the diverse culture that you got outside when you're working. Very important. Don't carry this and never get pointed out that okay, these are the set of people who work together. They don't want to come. Never get a kind of pointed out by other people working. So this is something that I have seen. I'm giving you a lot of these things because I've seen all these things over a period of time when people get sidelined because of some of these things that they don't do actually. Yeah. Last but not the least is diversity in the organization. So please ensure that you are able to understand and appreciate the diverse people that you got. Don't discriminate people that it's somebody and then I don't want to work and I don't like working with them, and because they are from different ethnicity, they are from different caste, they are from different sex or different nationality. No, please encourage diversity, because a diverse organization which has got people from all kinds of people definitely tend to work very well and succeed, and that's what we've seen. So we have now a very strong mandate in all the corporates. I can see diversity as one of the major mandate to have a diverse organization. That means you should have people from every part of India or every part of the world working for your organization. Then only it works well. And when that is there, you as a person should be able to work across all those things and not make groups and do that. Yeah. Okay. Now just the last part. I think I have bored you enough. Just a couple of things I just thought I will want to share, especially many of you must be wondering what should I do now. I've studied electrical engineering, but I got a job into a software company, or I don't know, I see opportunities only in a software company. I don't know, what do I do? I mean, is that what I have studied becomes a waste? Or what I'm going to do, how I'm going to acquire jobs that has my interests also met within that, and not just something that is available and this is what I've got. So first of all, understand what is that is interesting for you. List that down, take some time out, spend some time, list what is that kind of thing that interests you, whether you like, talking to people, whether you are, deep, like what I was talking about, whether you're a sales guy or a R&D guy or engineering guy, or you are a quality guy, or you're somebody who loves going to site and seeing things work. So, list that down, because everybody has got different interests and different personalities. So based on your own personality, try to do that. Then analyze your personality, Look at, how good you are at, relating to people, or you like to work in a team, or you like to work as an individual. It's possible that you are having individual contributors, you have team contributors, you have team managers. So, list down your personalities. Now you know the interests, and then list down your subject interest, Whether you like being in an electrical engineering company, or you want to be in EV, or you want to be in hydrogen, or any of these emerging industries. Find them, list them out, then start looking for jobs within them. You could be working for a couple of years also in thing, and then you find this is not interesting. Sorry about that. So you're finding it not interesting. You can always have a career switch. There are people who have switched careers as late as after working for 15 or 20 years also. So it is quite possible. So you can always switch your careers based on what is interesting for you. Because when you do something that is more interesting for you, that is where you have a very high chance of success. And that is what is going to give you peace of mind. I mean, you have peace of mind, you've got everything else. Money and all those things are not so much relevant, I can tell you, because in the end, everybody ends up earning almost very similar kind of money with whatever we are. Of course, there will be some exceptions, but as a general rule, more or less everybody is there at the same thing. So once you've done that, you zeroed in on all those things, try connecting with, professionals, who could be your alumnus, college alumni, or, on LinkedIn you find, people, connect to them and try to, find jobs and all those things. And you should be able to do all those things, This also holds good for the people who are looking for job right now, So you could do that. List down, find, connect with people, start working, learn something. There are so many online courses available. Learn something about the industry, do that, and then I think you should be done. Yeah? Okay, so overall, all in all, please follow what interests you. That is very important. Have all the basic qualities of a good professional. I listed down, I spoke about it at length. And acquire skills that you don't have. What are the skills that are relevant to today's industry where you're going to work? So that is very important. So if you have all these things, I think, ticked in your things to do, you should definitely be a very good professional when you look at after working for a few years in the industry. Yeah. All the very best. Do well. God bless. And let's hope to see you in some good industry forum as an expert talking on some of the subjects in the few years to come. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us.
I now request our HOD, Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, to present a memento to our today's chief guest, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni, as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. Our willingness to wait reveals the value we place on the object we are waiting for. Here comes the most awaited moment and the reason why we have assembled here today. It's the time to acknowledge the talent and hard work of our graduates. All the graduates will be presented with the provisional degree certificates as a symbol of your accomplishment. I request all the graduates to enter the stage from the left, receive the provisional degree certificate, and exit from the right. We kindly request our graduates not to click any photographs as they will be made available for you all after the ceremony. I now request our today's chief guest, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni, to hand over the provisional degree certificates to our graduates.
We now call upon the graduates of the Electrical and Electronics Department. Abhigna Joshi. Ajaz Ahmad Turki. Anand Biradar.
Anchit Patil.
Apurva Tardale. Arun Kumar Nadgaodar. He is not available here today. Haripriya Katti. Omkar Sunil Pawar. He is not available here today. Mohammad Akram Niazi. He is not available here today. Ramya Shankar Kasgar. Rashmi Basavraj Ganur. She is not available here today. Sanjeevani Hegandoti. Sanju Radratti. He is not available here today. Satish Ramesh Bilgi. Satish Shankar Adapur. Simran Buddebai. Shrishtik Gurudev Bhandarkar. He has secured the first rank and a gold medal with a CGPA of 9.61.
Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. I now request Dean Infrastructure, Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, to hand over the provisional degree certificates. Sudarshan Salmargi. Sudanba Habib. Sumit Marathe. Supriya Patil. She is not available here today. Sushil Patil. Tejashvi Girish. Timban Gowda Patil. He has secured second rank with the silver medal with a CGPA of 9.58. He is not available here today. Moving ahead, we have Veena Hunugun. विद्याराणी खडकी.
अमित गणेश कांबळे. Akshata Shivapur. She is not available here today. Brahmanand Akde. Israr Imam Saab Patel. काशीनाथ लबगे. माज अख्तर शेर खान. मधु हेरकर. She has secured the third rank and a bronze medal with a CGPA of 9.56.
Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. I now request our HOD, Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, to hand over the provisional degree certificate.
Manjunath Murkude. मोहम्मद साद अब्दुल रहीम बेलवाड़ी. मोहम्मद शरीफ जट्टी. ओमकार धामनेकर. प्रमोद रड्डर. रोहित पाटिल. Sagar Angdi. Shubham Pattar. Souza Xavier Warren Antonio. He is not available here today. Sudha Mahadev Halli. Tejaswini Kesrekar.
Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Congratulations to all the graduates. I now request Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infrastructure, KLS GIT, to give the presidential remarks.
Good evening, all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. The head of the department, Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, sir, and today's guest, Mr. Suhas Kulkarni, Vice President, ABB Limited, the proud parents of the graduating students and graduating students of 22 batch, my dear colleagues and student friends. Indeed, it is my pleasure to be associated with the Electrical Engineering Department Graduation Day program. Though it happened accidentally, but I am feeling very good by coming over here. Just few hours back when our Dr. D.B. Kulkarni requested that I should be here with you, I could not set aside his request, because after becoming Dean, I am closely associating with, though we are very closely associated earlier also, I am closely associated and working with the electrical department. And in no way I could say no to his request, and I feel that he has done a very favor, and I am also happy to be with you today. The whole idea is to say everything is that I am not prepared, right? So, the job of a president of a program is quite simple. I have to compile whatever has been told so far, and I am putting my own things into that, or a little bit covering up what has been said so far by our guests. Our D.B. Kulkarni sir started with the welcome program, as well as he was highlighting on how the transformation has taken place from our college days to your college days, right? So many thanks for 35 years here. And there were many constraints, there were many advantages also. Okay, in a way, our student life was in a far better position, that we say. We are also more fortunate to be with the available resources at that time. And the resources have increased, improved over a period of time. And everything is available at your fingertips right now. But what we need to know is that we need to focus our efforts in utilizing the resources in a better fashion to shape our career and be more informed, to be well ahead with the time. That is what is the gist of the point that has been raised by our learned colleague. Of course, the chief guest has elaborated many points. Sir, you modestly said that GIT is a great institution. Of course, it is a great institution, but who has made it great? The alumni, the students passing out of this portal of the GIT have made it great. In fact, they are making it great because they are performing very well in their work life. They have brought laurels to themselves as well as the institution. And the graduating batch of 22 is also going to take the same responsibility on their head, okay, to make this institution great in the days to come. I hope, I have full confidence that you will keep that in mind and work with all the zeal just and make your career a better one, and also bring the credit to your parents as well as your the alma mater. To just add something to that and also to cover up the points which are covered by our honor guest, Suhas Kulkarni, just I want to draw your attention from, you have spent 4 years here in the portals of GIT. There is one logo in Dheya Vakya, what we call, one is, the logo is there, Karnataka Law Society, and also something is written below that. How many of you have observed that? Have you read anywhere? It says Amrutantu Vidya. It highlights what is the importance of the learning, that is Vidya, again gaining the knowledge. So it means Amrutantu Vidya means knowledge is the nectar. Amrita makes you eternal, and the Vidya makes you eternal as well. There is a Subhashita, many of you must have heard about it. It goes like this: Nachoraharyam nacha rajaharyam na bratra bhajyam nacha bharakari praye krite vruddhate eva nityam vidyadhanam sarvadhanam pradhanam. It means, it shows the importance of the learning and the knowledge. Nachoraharyam, it is a vidya which is not, it cannot be stolen by anyone. Na rajaharyam, kings cannot seize this. Na bratra bhajyam, that is, siblings cannot claim their share in your knowledge. It is your own pure achievement. Nacha bharakari, it is not heavy to you. It is not heavy to carry. Praye krite vruddhate eva nityam, if you share, it will multiple. It is the only knowledge which will increase with, as you more and more you spend, more and more you gain. Otherwise, nothing is there in the universe which will enhance once you are giving it. Vidyadhanam sarvadhanam pradhanam. That is, the knowledge is the only thing in the universe which will give you this particular credit. Again, there is one more Subhashita, what I can try to share here with you is that if you gain knowledge, you will be having a greater scope. That is what is put it in the form of Subhashita here again. It is also displayed in our campuses everywhere. Okay, you must have seen this also. It says, Vidvatvancha drupatvancha naiva tulle kadachana swadeshe pujate raja vidwan sarvatra pujate. That means a scholarly person is respected universally, while king is adored or respected only in his kingdom. Therefore, scholarliness cannot be compared with the kingliness. All the eternal wealth is not equal to the knowledge or the scholarliness that you gain throughout your life. Therefore, our prime aim should be to acquire knowledge. You may think that you have acquired knowledge in 4 years, but whatever knowledge we have acquired in 4 years is only to prepare you to learn more things and adapt yourself to the changing situations. So you are just developed a skill here, and the knowledge outside is much more than what you learn here. One more thing, what you can see is, sometimes we see that when we see persons like Suhas Kulkarni, okay, who is occupying a very higher post, VP post in ABB Limited, we see that the path is very easy. It is not like that. So you can see that it is indeed inspiring to know such things, that successful persons are there. We are inviting them here. They are delivering talks. Sometimes we do not listen to them properly also. But it is a time to listen to them also, to see how better we can sketch our life further, right? So therefore, the journey is not smooth. He has not, all of a sudden, he has not become a VP of a particular, now the company, right? A smallest, modest, strong step has been taken by him and consistently pursued over years. Then, at the end of the day, he is seeing a very bright, career path for himself if you look back. So we are in the starting phase, and he is at the end of the career path, right? So therefore, the life stories or the life, achievements of such people will definitely inspire us to plan our path together to see how we can go and achieve in our life. Sometimes we see that these all things are possible only when we follow certain, what you call it as the values. He also talked about certain values. I am just compiling it in few words. The first value that we should follow is that the Shraddha. Shraddha is a self-confidence. Unless you have interest in doing something, he has been throughout his speech, he inspired that whatever you love, you try to do it, right? So throughout, you have to follow your, interest, and we have to go with confidence. Only if you have a confidence, only if you have interest, you will develop confidence. So therefore, whatever you want to do, you do it with confidence. Show interest, automatically you will get confidence into that. So therefore, the first criteria that you should follow is the Shraddha. Second one that we can see is the self-responsibility. Now it is a time to resolve few things, right? So this is self-responsibility. I will split up in some few points here. First, always you try to say yourself that I am talking on behalf of you here. My desires are my responsibility. That is your desires are your responsibility. That means so far you are dependent on your parents, you are dependent on your teachers and so many other things, right? Now it is not the case. Once you have achieved something, now you should always tell to yourself that it is my responsibility to do something to acquire what I desire. Okay, so therefore, my desire is my responsibility should be our first point. Okay, don't depend on anybody. Of course, your parents are always, backing up you, even if you are graduated, even if you do your post-graduation, or even if you are married also. But always you should carry in your mind that you should not be a burden to anybody, not only your parents, not only to the society, not only to anybody in the society, right? So therefore, the first point is that my desires are my responsibility. Second one is that quality of the work. Our chief guest was highlighting that. The scenario is totally different. It is not like the college. Even if you are not submitting, if you are not attending the college, attendance is given, okay, seminar, even if you are not doing well, okay, some considerations are there, but such kind of work culture you will not see once you step out into the work life. So therefore, quality of the work, that is, you are going to do, you are paid for that, and if you are doing well, if your quality of work is well, you will be accepted, otherwise straightway you will be rejected. So that is why you should keep it in mind that quality of my work is my responsibility. Third one is that my communication, that is also highlighted, right? If you are able to communicate what you want, so always it is said that it is speaker's responsibility to make clear what he wants to tell. If you are not telling in a perfect and precise words, effectively with all the modulations in your voice, okay, then it will not be effective. So be polite, be thoughtful, be clear, and be forceful in your communications. That will help you a long way in your work life. Next is your behavior is your responsibility. Again, your behavior, you yourself can retrospect yourself how I am behaving at home, how I am behaving in my peer group, how I am behaving within the classroom, how I was behaving in the laboratories. Then this type of responsibility, that is behavior, may not be accepted outside when you go out. That's why you become responsible in certain aspects. Next one is that your time is your responsibility. See, everybody has got 24 hours, right? And in 24 hours, someone in your peer group, further, when you go and join your work life, okay, some will perform well and some are lagging behind. Everybody has the same time, but effective utilization of that particular time is very, very important for you. So therefore, using your time is your responsibility. Next one is the values are your responsibility. Your values are your responsibilities. So always be truthful, be sincere, and self-controlled, and don't blame anybody for anything which is not in your scope, right? So therefore, my values are my responsibility is another point that we should keep it in mind. So nobody can make you unhappy unless you agree to it. How you react to the situation will make you happy or unhappy. That's why you have to keep it in mind that whether I can accept the blame, I can accept the praise, that all left to you. So therefore, you have to be honest in that, then you will succeed. With all these responsibilities, the third one is very, very important. What is the outcome of this education is that you should be able to drive yourself, not the car. You should be able to direct yourself in what way I want to go, right? So therefore, the direction has to be set in for yourself, for you only. You cannot blame that my teachers have not taught, so I am here like this. My college has not supported, I was not placed. My parents did not put me to other branch, they put it to electrical branch or something like that. So therefore, everything has happened, and now you should be able to direct yourself to go and achieve your goals. So these are a few of the points that we can keep always in our mind. And be ready. We always say that industry ready. Industry ready is not only education. So our attitude also matters. So therefore, life skills are totally different. Once we are out of this college days, that's why we always call the college days are golden days for us. The student life is a golden life. It will not come back. And keeping that in mind only, we teachers are very lenient to you people, right? We are not treating you as our clients, okay, as the industry treats, right? Because you are paid there, then they expect something from you. We are trying to give you something without expectations and without implementing the things. That's what strictness was very much emphasized there. In our days, electrical department was very, very strict. That is also there. But I think now we are not there that much, isn't it? If you remember, if somebody says that I have seen Shardula or see dinosaurs, nobody believes it, right? So therefore, the strictness of electric department is not seen in any of the colleges right now. I am very sure about it. So therefore, with small, see the compilation of what has been said by our the beloved HOD, electrical department, as well as the Suhas Kulkarni, today's guest. I wish you all the best, and GIT always welcomes you anytime, and come as a guest on the dais. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Professor Nikhil Chitragar to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening to all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must only be felt. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to on this graduation day occasion. I would like to thank our proud alumni, Suhas Kulkarni, Vice President, Head of the Pre-Sales and Solutions Delivery, ABB Limited, for accepting our invitation and sharing his experience and thoughts and guiding our students. Thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. Mutalik Desai, Dean Infrastructure, KLS GIT, for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion. Thank you, sir. I extend special thanks to Dr. J.K. Kittur, Principal, KLS GIT, Dr. D.B. Kulkarni, HOD, Electrical and Electronics Department, for their continuous support and guidance to organize this event. I extend my thanks to all the graduating students and proud parents for all the way coming over here for this graduation day function. Last but not the least, I thank all the teaching and non-teaching staff, student coordinators, and all the students of 3rd and 7th semester for coming over here for this graduation day function. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Sometimes we never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Some memories are unforgettable, remain ever vivid and heartwarming. Let us now have a glimpse of Triple 2022 batch. I request the dignitaries to take the seats of the dais.
Dum dare, dum dare, dum dare, dum dare, dum da, dum dare, dum dare, dare dum dum dum. Dum dare, dum dare, dum dare, dum dare, dum da, dum dare, dum dare, dare dum dum dum. ಕಥೆಯೊಂದ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಬರಿ ಗುರುತುಗಳೇ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮಿನ ಬೆಂಚಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್ ವಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲದೆ ಗುರುತೊಂದನು ನಾಗೀಚಿದೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ಪಿನ ನೆಪದಲ್ಲಿ ದಮ್ದರೆ 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 ದಮ್ದ ದಮ್ದರೆ ದಮ್ದರೆ ದರೆ ದಮ್ ದಮ್ ದಮ್. ಮಾಸ್ ಬಂಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣೆ ರಿವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ನನ್ನಾಣೆ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ನನ್ನಾಣೆ ದಮ್ದರೆ 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 ದಮ್ದ ದಮ್ದರೆ ದಮ್ದರೆ ದರೆ ದಮ್ 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 ಕಥೆಯೊಂದ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಬರಿ ಗುರುತುಗಳೇ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮಿನ ಬೆಂಚಲಿ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್ ವಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾನವಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕತೆ ಪುಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನಗೊಂದೇ ಹೆಸರಿದೆ
Good afternoon, one and all. I congratulate all the graduating students of 2022 batch, and I am very happy to say that this batch was very nice, and we had a close interaction and good interaction for all the last 4 years, and they have done good projects. They have done different kinds of the interactions in the department. And in the opinion of all the faculty members, I am very happy to say that the report from the faculty members is very good for this batch. I congratulate all of you once again, and I wish you all the best, and I wish you all the best in your personal life as well as in your personal career. Thank you.
I wish you all the best. Opportunities will come on its way and wait for it. And believe in yourself. Basically, what is very necessary is have faith in yourself. Have patience. All the best. Thank you.
I hope this will be a memory for all of you for lifetime. I now request any of our seniors who are willing to share their experience to come forward and share their journey with us.
So, hello everyone. Hello. So, hello all the faculty members, my dear friends, and all the parents as well. Today is a special day, and even though I'm a bit nervous to speak on stage, I still want to do it. So, to all the graduates and their parents who don't know me, I am Satish Bilgi from Electrical Department 2022. First of all, I would like to give a big congratulations to all of us, including myself, for being here. Like we have been through Corona, we have been through online classes and many hurdles, but still we have made it and we are graduates now. 4 years ago, we came here, we were all excited. We had many dreams. We had thought we'll learn many new stuff and we'll do many things. First of all, we had thought that we'll make a lot of memories. Now, suddenly, like after first year when we all had a chance to interact, we had a very little space. Before we could understand each other properly, we shifted to online classes. But still, even after that, our friendship was not weakened. Eventually we became friends, and we became very good friends actually. And then, even though this was the case, apart from this, actually, one more thing I wanted to mention was, it was good to visit many places around here with all of you guys. Like, we had actually captured a lot of moments and we have captured a lot of memories as well. And one thing I would like to mention is the Dudhsagar and Dandeli trip. Like, the memories we made, the memories we made there, like, they are actually unforgettable. Thank you guys for that thing. Yeah, thank you, Srishti, for managing everything. I would also like to thank all our professors, my parents, for giving this opportunity, for guiding us through all these things, and like allowing us to learn new things and explore new things in our life. Thank you, everyone. I would also like to thank our seniors and our juniors especially for cooperating with all of the events that we do and then helping us in all the time whenever we need them. Thank you, guys. Now, as we have graduated, we'll have different paths and different dreams. It's time to take on the world and find like new things and pursue our passions. If there is anything that you guys should take here, like from today, is the memories that we have, and we'll have to leave a legacy. It's not just about making money and recognition. The thing is, like our time as seniors should not be remembered as just the ones who had scored good, who had good favorite, who had good popularity, or who are actually favorites of somebody. We should be remembered because of our relationship, the kind of people we were in our department, and like these are the legacies that we should be remembered because of these things. Now, class of 2022, it has been a fantastic 4 years with you guys. Thank you for everything. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Satish. If anybody else is willing to share their experience.
Good afternoon to all. Myself, Pramod Reddy. I am the General Secretary of Electrical Department, Academic Year 21 and 22. It is a very difficult time to summarize our entire engineering life in 2-3 minutes, but we have good memories in our engineering life. We are organizing the many functions, conducting many cricket tournaments, and also we enjoyed a lot here. The day before semester examinations, sleepless nights are very memorable, and we enjoyed a lot around the nature around the Belagavi. See guys, what we learn in those classrooms, that lessons are not enough up to our engineering life. We have to carry with our entire life to get achieve in our life. And I would like to say to my friends, everyone kept a good ambition in your life. Do hard work. You will definitely get a success. And also, I would like to mention, don't go with the money. Give importance to your family and importance to your health. Officially, from tomorrow onwards, we are the engineers. We have the certain rules and responsibilities in the society. We do something to our society and our country. And already, sir mentioned that our department it is true. We are talking with our friends. ಏನಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಐತಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಾಗೂ ಈಸಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಘು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. But it is very useful in future life. Strictness is very useful in the future, and it is the right and it is the right time to say thank you to our lecturers and our parents, because these both two pillars are they are transferring us to student to engineers. We have to say thank you our teachers and I would like to say thank you to our lecturers. Our lecturers sharing their experience and knowledge with us in our engineering days. And I personally mention our project guide Avinash sir. I learn a lot from Satish sir in the technical and also behavioral, how to do a work within a time. I learn a lot from Avinash sir. And I would like to mention our another lecturer, Satish sir. Whenever we want to conduct any functions, or we take input from Satish sir. Satish sir guide very well in conducting any functions. And I would like to say all of our lecturers, they are sharing our knowledge and experience with us. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Pramod. If anyone else is willing to share their experience.
ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ದುಃಖದಾಗದಾರೇನಪ್ಪ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ದುಃಖದಾಗದನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ದಿನ ನನಗೊಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕೈತಿ. ಇದು ಕಾಲೇಜಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬದಲ್ ನಾವು ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ನನಗನ್ಸೈತಿ ನಾವು ಭಾಳ ಸಣ್ಣವ್ರಾಗ್ತೇವೆ ಈಗ ಈ ಸ್ಥಾನದಾಗ ನಿಂತು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟೈತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ JIT. ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದೇಶಕ್ಕೂ ಸಹ ಎಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟೈತಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಣ್ಣವಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸೋಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಗುರುಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ರೀ. ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್. ಇನ್ನು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬದಲು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ನಂತರ ಖುಷಿಯನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿದಾರು. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರಕ್ಕೆ, ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿದವ್ರು ಬಂದರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಗನೈಜೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದಾನು, ಅವತ್ತು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಐತಿ, ನಾವು ಹೊಂಟಿದೆವು. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದ ಬಳಕ ನಾ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿ ನೋಡ್ನು. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಖುಷಿನ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದಾನೆ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ನನ್ನ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಭೀ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಸಾಲಲ್ಲ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, HOD ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Rohit. So, anyone else is willing to share their experience?
Hello, good afternoon everyone, respected dignitaries, my friends, all my teachers and their parents. I am very happy to be standing here today. I can't express my words. Summarizing in 2 minutes is not easy. But I am very happy today and I am filled with a lot of mixed emotions today. Maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know, but yeah. So today after 4 years marks the day of completion of our engineering. But let me tell you, it has been a long 4 years, but it hasn't felt like it was very long. So we haven't spent a lot of time offline. We have spent it some of it time online. So I feel that we have not been in touch that far. But I want to thank all of my friends for standing beside me, all of my teachers for standing beside me and helping me throughout. And also I want to thank my enthusiastic juniors who have been along our sides, and also I would like to encourage them to have a same bond with their juniors as well, guide them also. At this point I distinctively remember a quote that was quoted by Denzel Washington. So it says, if you want to have something in life that you never had, you must be willing to do something you never did. So moving forward in your careers, let's say careers, higher studies, you will have to do many things for the first time, and you should not hesitate to do these things. There will be a lot of first timers that you have to face in your life, and these are the things that will make us stronger. These are the things that will make us a better person. So I want to say, take up the opportunities, seize up the opportunities, and there will be many first timers. I want to thank all my friends and also wish them all the best for all their future endeavors. And last but not the least, I want to conclude by saying that never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrishtik. I request everyone to now rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. I request all the graduates to come up on the stage for a group photo. And I request all faculty and dignitaries to come over.